Welcome back to my Tetris-Like tutorial. Last time I said I was going to work on the default pawn, but I then realized that the default pawn relies on the actual tetraminos to be created for the queue and everything. So it'll be easier to migrate code from the old project if I start with the block base. All right, so let's go into classes here. Tetracube. And the funny thing is I actually Googled the word tetracube, and it is like the most unoriginal name ever. There are like tons of games, free and otherwise, even on the Google Play Store, that, I mean, the game themselves aren't anything like what I'm building, but they are named Tetracube. So I might just stick with the Cubamino name when I upload it to itch or play or anything like that. But I just wanted to put that out there. If if you were looking at the name and were like, yeah, I've heard of this before, or something like that, or if you Googled it. So yeah, interesting stuff. All right, so all right, what do we do? The HUD was here. We want a new C++ class. This is going to be, I believe it was just an actor in my previous project. Let's go look over at it. Yeah, just an A actor. So we'll call it block base. Great class. Okay, and now let's look at what we want to migrate. So the first thing is gonna be, so there we go. The first thing that I want is like the actual U properties. So let's grab these, stick it in a protected section over here. Oh, I just hit copy. Copy this, back over here, paste it there. All right, so we have the mesh and then we have the collision. Let's look at what other U properties I had. So collision, I don't need that yet. So this is for animation when it's going active and inactive. And that's the in play position. We kept tick. I don't know why they separate out the constructor from the function. Unless the constructor is like considered maybe part of the I don't know, attributes or something like that. Properties. Maybe you're supposed to put like your variables and stuff up here with block base. Well, I mean, this is all just personal preference, but all right. So where are we at? We got oh, I also have a begin play in here. So let's create that. It is an override. That is protected though. Oh wait, yeah, I do have that here. All right. So that's good. Then functions are just set cladding. Then we have some public functions. All right, so that should be good there. Let's go over to begin play itself. Why didn't you just open up? All right, so now in begin play, let's look at what we did over here. The main thing that we need is to just declare these or they won't show up in the editor. So block collision is going to be the root component, and then the mesh I'm just going to attach to the root component. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring right now, but she is. She's sleeping at my feet. All right, so we'll hit tab here, add this in. All right, shouldn't have hit tab. All right, block base. So we have collision and block mesh. I believe that's all we have over here. Collision, block mesh. Let's build. maximize this. No, I didn't like something. Binary no operator found, which takes a right operand of type U box component. Ah. This I did recently update to 5.3.1. So I wonder if there's some issue here. Well, let me play around with it. We'll see what is the deal. I found it. I did not put in my include. So now we have a box component. Should be able to set it to the root component now. Beautiful. All right, let's go over here. Okay, so now let's right click block base, then go into create blueprint class from block base, name it BP block base, stick it in blueprints. Oh, you know what? Can I create? I'm right clicking. I'm trying to create a folder in here. Guess we'll have to do that afterwards. We'll create blueprint. Get up here, go over to the content browser. I want to add a new folder. This will be actors. Stick block base in there. All right, and then here we are in the blueprint, and here is the block collision that we set up. It's at the root. And the block mesh. Okay, so for the block collision, I think I just left these at 32. Well, I didn't at the beginning of the previous project, but I eventually did because I wanted to leave enough room for the scanner to scan between the blocks, so that it didn't have like, you know, two layers scanned at the same time. So I'm leaving that the same. As for the mesh, oh yeah, we gotta click it first. Material override. There it is, a static mesh. We already imported our meshes, and this time I remembered to leave off the collision, so there should be no collision on these. For block base, oh, you know what? I think all I did was just stick a generic cube in here. And then let's set this to 100. Yeah, so I think this cube's dimensions are perfect. Just 1 by 1 by 1, or well, 100 by 100 by 100 in Unreal units. Perfect. So compile, save. And then from there, I'm not sure if I needed to. Actually, yeah, I did. So what I was questioning is, did I need to have a separate class for every, or a C++ class for every block? And no, I did not do that. So block base, that's fine. And then when we move on to tetraminos, these did have to have their own C++ classes before the set block positions because it was unique to every single one. All right, so that covers block base. And that's pretty much all that we need to do with that for now. Let's go into the actors, drag one in. There it is. Isn't it beautiful? All right. We'll take a screenshot. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.